Another video, and here in today's video I'm gonna be telling you guys the top 5 budget running backs in the game of Madden 17 Ultimate Team. And we're first gonna start with 2 honorable mentions because these players were good, but I just didn't feel like they were better than the other ones on the list. And honestly, these guys aren't in order, so these are just like 5 of the best in my opinion. And then these 2 honorable mentions are right there. But I know most of you guys don't want to be rocking silver players, so that's why I'm gonna have these guys as honorable mentions. Well, one of these guys is honorable mentions, and then the other guy, well, 2 of these guys, but one of them's a gold, one of them's a silver. But anyways, sorry about babbling on, but here we go with one of the honorable mentions, and that is Keith Marshall. He's a 65 overall silver Redskins player, but look at his stats: 90 speed, 89 excel, 81 carry. You don't really have to look at juke. I mean, juke move is actually not that bad, but trucking, elusiveness, like just look at this. Just almost, I thought I almost bought him right there. Just look at this. He's faster than Sims with the same excel. He's only faster by 1 with the same excel, and he has really decent stats compared to Sims. I mean, he's only -2 in juke move, and he's -1 in agility and -4 in carrying. But if you think about it, Sims is probably 25, 30k if you do his set. Keith Marshall's what, 2k? So, I mean, in reality, I think you're getting a pretty good buy with Keith Marshall to get you on. And, I mean, if you play salary cap, I mean, he's plus what? Sims is plus 12. So, I mean, is Sims really worth the extra 12 salary cap points just for, you know, what is it, like a little bit more elusiveness and everything? I mean, especially with this game and how you can get animations by just running the ball. You don't really have to do juke moves or anything like that. I don't really know how much some of these stats really matter, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into the next player. Alright, so the next honorable mention on the list is the 75 overall Duke Johnson, and he would be higher, but his carry is kind of low and his truck is really low, and most of the players above him are either a little bit faster or they have better trucking or carrying or both. So, I mean, these are why these guys are a little bit low. And I want you guys to know, for this series I'm going to be doing, I know I did running backs first because these are just the first ones that came to mind. I do have quarterbacks coming up next. I'll be sure to do a video on that. But the budget for all these players is 5k or less. So, I just want you guys to keep that in mind in these videos, that the budget is 5k or less. And this Duke Johnson's pretty nice with 88 speed, 81 carry, 87 excel, 89 juke move, and 85 elusiveness. So he is a step up from the last player when it comes to elusiveness. But he is a little bit slower, and he's not as fast with the excel and the speed as that one gets bought out, even though this one's the same price and it's about to expire. But anyways, that's Duke Johnson. Let me go ahead and look at his catch. I want to see what his catch is like. I actually ran with this card for a little bit. 71 catch, so not bad, but if you compare him to like Sims, for example, you'll see that Sims beats him in just about everything, where the other guy actually was either tied or beat him, and he beat him in speed. So yeah, I don't really know if some of these stats matter. Like, I don't know if elusiveness really matters, BCV matters, I don't know, or I don't even know if juke move matters, because you know, those animations are kind of like whoever hits the button first. So I don't know how much that really matters, but Duke Johnson going for about 2k, and Charles Sims goes for 30k. I mean, it's really just +1 to +2 in most of these stats, other than trucking and carries +4 and BCVs +5, but everything else is really similar. So I mean, take your pick. I have Charles Sims, so obviously I'm gonna run with him. But I think I used to have Duke Johnson as well. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into the top 5 players. Alright, first person on the list is this Carlos Williams, 75 overall. This dude is an absolute tank, coming in with 87 speed, 87 excel, 84 carry, 83 truck, 83 juke move. This is definitely a power running back, but he has some speed on him, which adds a little bit, you know, a little bit more. Like, his trucking is ridiculous. Like, and we all know how good trucking can be in this game at times. Feels like you just can't tackle dudes. And this Carlos Williams is an absolute tank. He also has +3 carry compared to the last 2 people I've showed you guys. And carry, I don't know how much you can value carry in this game, because excuse me, that strip button is just too real. I mean, I know they toned it down, but still, Carlos Williams, even though his carry is kind of low, you compare him to You compare him to Sims, and he beats him in trucking, and he's really not far behind in much else. -2 excel, -1 speed. I mean, when you think about it, the trucking aspect alone gives Carlos Williams a boost, and honestly, I may have to pick him up and run him behind Charles Sims when I play head-to-head games and stuff, because this dude is an absolute tank, and he's only -1 carry too. And Carlos Williams, yet again, going for 2K. Charles Sims about 30K if you do his set fully. I mean, take your pick. I do like how Charles Sims plays, but I feel like this Carlos Williams would be an absolute monster. The next player on the list is TJ Yeldon, 78 overall, and this one's going for 3K, but like all the other cards, you could probably find for about 2K. And we'll go ahead and look at his stats. 86 speed, 88 excel, 87 carry, 84 elusiveness, 81 truck, and 89 juke move. This dude is pretty much an all you need kind of back. He's not gonna like run away from anybody, but he can definitely hit you with some juke moves, or even truck you with the 81 carry, and 81 truck, and he also has 87 carry, which is extremely nice to have. Even though, you know, when you fumble, you can sit and yell at the TV for him having 87 carry but still fumbling the ball, and other players that have terrible carry don't fumble the ball. But this stats are just ridiculous, and it's just an all you can use, like all you need type of back. Definitely a good card. I wouldn't be picking him up really based on his speed, because he is kind of slow, but it's definitely an every down type of back and somebody you can use. And going for about 2K, if you're on a budget and you don't have that much coins, this is definitely a card you should look into getting. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and go into the next one. Another card on this list is this Dion Lewis, 76 overall running back from the Patriots. And what makes him look good is, well, look at his stats. Like, if you compare his stats right here to my Charles Sims, which I keep going back to, they pretty much have the same exact stats. It's really scary, to be honest. Like, the only thing is trucking, but yet again, Charles Sims' truck isn't good enough to really do a whole lot anyways. And almost everything's +1, +2, maybe even +3 in some things. And actually, Dion Lewis has two better things in agility and elusiveness. So, I mean, take your pick. Dion Lewis going for, I think this one's like, what, 1K right now? This one's going for 1.5K. And that Charles Sims I just showed you is 30K. So, I mean, take your pick. For the value, I definitely think picking up this Dion Lewis is the move, and his stats back that up, looking almost identical, if not a little bit better than that Charles Sims. But anyways, we'll go ahead and go into the last player on this list, and I'll see you guys there. So the last player on this list is 76 overall Chris Ivory. Before you guys freak out, look at his stats. Just like Yeldon, he has 86 speed with 87 excel, 87 carry with 91 truck. This is like the best budget power back in the game, and he actually has some speed too. Like, he's not slow. Like, he's one of those dudes that will run you over, and then he can like outrun some people. Like, he's definitely not like slow, especially for a power back standpoint. And he will just run you over. I've had to play against this dude, and I'm telling you right now, playing against people like him and like Derrick Henry, like, those are just dudes that will not go down and will fight for those extra yards. Like, you'll think you'll have them in the backfield, and they'll fall forward for 2 or 3 yards. Or they'll get those suctions where they fall forward for 4. Like, it's really ridiculous going up against him, but he is definitely a budget beast. And you could probably get away with running him at, like, fullback because of his trucking and everything, and just running, like, fullback dives with him and having somebody with speed behind him. Definitely a card to look at. I want to compare him to the Adrian Peterson. And their stats are kind of close. I mean, he has AP has +1 excel. Chris Ivory actually has better carry. And he has -1 truck. And, yeah, I mean, when you're looking at just a straight power back, I know AP is more of, like, an all-around back. But when you're looking at a straight power back, that card is definitely one you can look into. And even right here, I mean, there's not a whole lot separating the two cards other than the truck and the speed, which is only +3. So it's really not that bad of a card if you think about it. And for him being a power back like he is, this is just a really nice card. And one, if you're on a budget, you definitely don't want to miss having on your squad. Before I go, I want to bring up this card. I know a lot of people have him as a budget beast, but him going at 4.8k is right at the line, and I think his price really varies. Like, it goes up and down. So I don't know how much stock you want to put in him going for 4.8k, because it's kind of late in the day. So I didn't know if I wanted to put him in here or not just for his price. Like, all these others have been like, what, 2 or 3k or under. And this Latavius Murray is kind of on the edge, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys him anyways. 78 overall halfback for the Raiders, 89 speed, 90 excel, 85 truck, 84 carry, and 83 juke move. An absolute monster. The only reason that I didn't put him in the list to begin with was because of his price, which is just right now under 5k. So I guess technically he is a budget beast, but with it being right on the line, I know not many people are willing to spend like 5k on a running back when you have all those other players I just showed you. But I don't think you're gonna get this mixture of speed and excel and carry with anybody else. And honestly, he looks better to me than Charles Sims. I mean, he only has what, -6 in juke move. Now the elusiveness isn't there, the BCV isn't there, the carry's -1. He has better excel, same speed. So technically, this Latavius Murray is faster and can be used as somewhat of a power running back. Definitely a monster card that you would want to put on your team if you're trying to make an upgrade from one of those players like a Yeldon or like Chris Ivory. Or you could run both. Like, you could have a two-headed monster. But anyways, I'll just letting you guys know of the budget running backs in the game. This is all my opinion. If you want to leave your comments down below, let me know who you're running with, who has been your favorite running back to use so far, any budget beast that anybody else would like to know at the running back position. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Let everybody else know. But it's your boy J Mutt. Like, comment, and subscribe for future Madden 17 content. Until next time, guys, I'm signing out. Peace.